Okay, so we're going to look again at Floppy Kitten. I'll do 2 moves at once. If I allow them to get onto the other side of my Floppy Kittens, so that I'm actually facing them, 2 moves come to mind that kind of save my life. So the first one we're going to look at is, I've got to Floppy Kitten and Graham has managed to get around to the other side of me. Alright, so this is pretty bad for me. Okay, it's difficult for me. I'm trying to maintain my side, trying to maintain my hip. Alright, so the first one is, the first move that I'm going to show you is just grabbing this bottom leg. Alright, so even if he's even further around his side control with his bum to the camera, it's not difficult for me to go inside here, control the bicep, as long as he's not controlling my head. I'm just going to reach and I'm going to grab a leg and then start to pull it back in to something like half guard. Alright, and the further around towards my shoulder he is, yeah, the more difficult this is to get to, but look, I can still get my foot all the way around. Alright, so that's one thing I can do, and that's kind of pretty obvious, but I'll do it just one more time. He comes into side control, he's managed to get around to the wrong side of my Floppy Kitten, and I'm trying to keep on my hip, I'm trying to keep on my side. If his legs are within reach, I can just grab over the top of this leg and just pull myself back into some kind of half guard. Even if he's 90 degrees to me, I can control this and I can grab and I can pull some kind of guard or half guard. So that's the first thing I do if they come around to this side. If he knows this, or he feels this, or he sees this coming, what they do is they're going to take their hips away from those legs. So if Graham's in side control on this Floppy Kitten and he feels me going for this leg, he just runs his hips out. All I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my arms straight and I block his hips. Okay. Once I block his hips, I'm just going to swing round and pivot. Come back to some kind of guard. Okay, so if they do go on that side, then there's no funky cool attacks, but at least I can get my guard back. Alright, so he's going to come here again. He's managed to get onto this side of my body. I start trying to reach for this leg. He runs around to the top and I block the hip, keeping the hip distant. Once I've got the hip distant, I'm going to run my hips around, pull my down, retake guard. Okay, it works really, really well. And with a combination of either hooking that bottom leg in for half guard or guard, it works quite nicely to get you back to some type of guard. As I say, it's not the funky Floppy Kitten attacks, but it gets you back to guard, and basically you shouldn't let him on that side of your body anyways.